What do I mean by that? For example, I don't mind saying this. I'm sure the players don't mind either. Both Paddy Mac and Dolan, they're both going to be at Cheeseadelphia. Cheeseadelphia, aka Psystorm Cup, is in October. We have already paid for their flights and all that stuff, so they are going to be headed towards that land, and they're also going to be a part of the DreamHack Open Qualifier. So again, like thanks to all the support here on Twitch and Patreon and all that stuff, we're able to fly out our players and send them to as many lands as they can go to. I'll say the same for Vindicta. We haven't booked Vindicta yet, but I mean, I want to send it. I want to send it. Meanwhile, spawning in at the top right-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have finally some StarCraft. Finally, some matches. Aye. It's been so long. We have the American Protoss player. He is purple, representing Team Gosu. It is Rhizer. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have the other American player, the American Terran player himself. Currently teamless, but also representing Mixu, the Finnish Zerg. It is FoxeR. Finally, we have some StarCraft. Again, I apologize for the delay, but this is a fresh series. We are 0-0 as we get into our next game, and we'll see where this takes us in this TVP. I also just got confirmation Kozan and Zero just got out of game, so I believe Renegade is going to be going after their series. So 3 qualifying matches going on at once. We'll try to cover the tail end of one of them later on, depending on how fast this series is. We'll do our best. We will do our best, as we have at most 2 more series to go. For the time being, relatively standard openers here. We have a gate expand from Rhizer across the map. Meanwhile, FoxeR going for his own Rax CC opener. Oof, as he does get a kill on that probe. The probe was being pretty annoying, delaying the natural base for FoxeR. But again, this is like a stark contrast compared to the games that we were casting of Dolan. When Dolan, every single game against Ricci, he went for a Rax factory expand, prioritizing his gases, so delaying his CC quite a bit, but FoxeR going for something a lot more economic instead. Meanwhile, I see Rooster in the chat asking, yo, Vindicta, when are you playing? Vindicta is already invited to the next stage of the tournament, so he does not have to play in the Open Qualifier. I believe he's going to be in the Closed Qualifier. So Vindicta won't be playing here today. He can rest up. He will be playing tomorrow in World Team League. Tomorrow is when World Team League is going to be taking place. So Vindicta has some time off. He has some time off. He can rest, he can recover and recuperate. Ooh, as we have a proxy starport in the middle of the map. Oh my god. So we're going to be seeing a Hellion drop. Interesting. Hellions are going to be on the way here for FoxeR. Marines as well. Medevac in the middle of the map is going to pick up the Hellions as they go for a bit of a run by. And he's going to be zooming into that main base. Meanwhile, Rhizer, oh my god, having his own bit of fun. Is not going for a Stargate opener, is not going for a Twilight Council opener, he's going for a Robo instead. Colossus drop, Disruptor drop, usually it's going to be one or the other. Very unorthodox, very out of left field, very scouted, because that medevac is going to be coming out, and again, FoxeR is diving straight into the main. Rhizer doing a great job at walling off here. This all makes sense, specifically because we're on Cosmic Sapphire. I do see there are some, newer viewers in the chat, but Cosmic Sapphire, you only require 2 buildings to wall off, so Rhizer is fully walled off here on 2 bases. I imagine feeling relatively safe about, what is about to happen, but this drop is going to catch him very off guard. We do have that 3rd base, 3rd Nexus being thrown down. Are we going to see an Immortal first to be safe? Or are we going to go straight into that Robotics Bay? That is what I'm curious about. Meanwhile, the drop is headed to the main base. Do we have any detection here? It looks like, oh, the Observer has spotted the proxy starport. Rhizer knows. Very crucial scout. He already has Stalkers in position. The medevac is going to boost on in, but the Stalkers are going to be able to keep up. Despite that, the Hellions will get into the mineral line. He will be able to roast up a couple of these probes, but only a couple. 1 probe will go down. Meanwhile, no, the probes light up. Oh my god, not like this, Bobby. 5 probes go down, 8 probes go down in the end. That was not the way to pull the boys. 9 in total. as everything gets cleaned up. Honestly, pretty worthwhile here for FoxeR. Pretty worthwhile as he does get a full scout, he does get economic damage done. He did see the robo opener, so he should recognize that there should be a Bay follow-up behind this, as the robo has been focusing on just on observer production. Oh. And yeah, not a bad opener whatsoever here. Oh my god. As Laser in the chat doubles down, thank you so much for tipping $50. Thank you so much, Papi. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. The Ducklings appreciate it. Shout out to Paddy Mac as well, as Paddy Mac has showed up in the chat. He has already qualified for the closed qualifier, so he can just kind of kick up his heels, rest up until the closed qualifier. Meanwhile, interesting. I guess, like, because of how the openers and how they played out, Rhizer opts not to actually, like, delve too far into this robo tech. He's going into a Twilight Council and Forge behind this instead. Across the map, he is maintaining map control. He doesn't have blink or anything on his stalkers, so he can't really leverage this too much, but he is just making sure that FoxeR is contained to 2 bases. Back at home, we do see that FoxeR is actually just working on his tank production, already set up throughout his base for any kind of aggressive plays into his main with a prism or anything like that, just turtling up on his 2 bases. Does have his 3rd CC finishing up as well. As like Rhizer like hard switches into Charge Lord Archon. Interesting. I like this because, again, the robo opener was scouted, and he's kind of like playing with FoxeR's mind a little bit, with mind games, I should say. Just kind of hard switching into a completely different tech, and FoxeR's in the dark about this. He actually has no idea as to what Rhizer is doing. Meanwhile, we just see a couple of stalkers chipping away at that 3rd base. Observer, no, has to be careful as it may go down here. The Raven does end up trying to chase it over the ledge, doesn't get it in the end. Ooh, Observer survives. And FoxeR is going to be able to establish his 3rd base. Meanwhile, back at home, we go straight into charge. It is usually a little bit greedy to like wait and take up and go into High Templar like this, but because of the opener, because Rhizer was able to shut it down as well as he did, like, he can kind of be greedy like this. You know, we've already got a 3rd fully saturated, we've got a 4th on the way. FoxeR is playing a little bit scared and stuck at home, so Rhizer is getting away with quite a lot. And hey, if FoxeR ever tried to move out, you know, Rhizer does have a decent amount of map presence right now. He's got a Haluk moving out, he's got an Observer in the middle of the map, he's got Observers to the right, to the left. Oh my god, we've got Observers all over the place. It's like Pig Baby, WCS America. My god. The Observers are crazy. Meanwhile, we just see the Prism moving out a little bit. Does get denied by this Marine. Oh, wasted scan. Marine goes for the Observer, but the Zealot was here to watch his back. Marine goes down in the end. Bit of a wasted scan. And the scary part is over. Rhizer has been able to defend long enough to get Storm. And how many High Templar do we have? We have 5 High Templar in total, 1 Storm each. There's no way for this push to really deal too much damage. It is scattered in the middle of the map by that Observer, so again, Rhizer's fully aware. He is rotating over towards his linear 3rd base. The army is headed towards the triangular 3rd, but it will be spotted by this Observer and by the Xel'Naga, as Rhizer can out rotate over towards the triangular 3rd. At the same time, we have a Prism headed towards the natural base. Nothing really here to defend. There is a bunker and a handful of reinforcements. Oh, good. We'll see if it's going to be enough. Meanwhile, does FoxeR really want to commit? Oh, God. All 3 of his tanks left completely exposed. Every single tank is going to go down, and the Bio can't chase this. We have Storm. Not the best fight there for FoxeR. Instead, he's going to be going for a massive Doom drop into the main base. We do have a spotter pylon for this. We'll see if he does end up running across it, and it looks like he will. Rhizer does confirm the Medivacs headed into the main. At the same time, we do have a Zealot run by into the natural. Oh god, did Rhizer see it? That's the question. We do see that Doom drop. Colossi are on the way. We have Stalkers from the low ground. Blink is not researched. We had Charge prioritized instead. But with the help of these High Templar, it should be enough. Oh, but how much more damage is going to be dealt? The army sims on forward. He goes for the bait. He will deny extended thermal lance. There are those storms that we were talking about. Storms blanketing the entire... Oh my god. The entire army. But damage is still done. And honestly, this is pretty necessary for FoxeR. Oh my god, he's not done, by the way. He drops once again on the low ground. He's going to get the Cyber Core. He gets the Bay, the Cyber Core, 12 probes. Rhizer is being pulled apart. He's having a real hard time dealing with this drop. Finally, the drop is going to back up, but FoxeR is going to be able to reinforce here and go for the 1-2 punch. We still have a lot of energy for Storm, but I do really worry here. Rhizer, he doesn't have any tech. He cannot warp in any more Stalkers, only Zealots. He doesn't even have any Colossi anymore. I thought he got one out, but apparently not. It's depowered. Oh, there we go. Colossus is going to come out in the end. I think the Robo was taken down in the main. God, Rhizer holds on. FoxeR far ahead in supply. I do think that there is a window here. There is a timing where FoxeR can really just push on through and overwhelm what Rhizer has before he gets too many Colossi. Bearing in mind that we still didn't have extended thermal lance. It was denied earlier. God, as we do have double Robo production. Double Colossus production. Here we go. FoxeR takes out the rock. She's going once again towards the linear third. Rhizer this time doesn't have eyes on this. He hasn't been able to replace his observers in the middle of the map. And this is a bit of a surprise for him. The Nexus is going to go down. Oof. FoxeR doesn't have to commit. He can rotate from here. Another Widow. Oh no! Oh god. Another couple of Widowmine shots are going to be going off. Do you see a scan confirming the army? I don't think FoxeR can ever really engage in this unless he gets an EMP. He gets an EMP! Oh, only gets half the High Templar though. God. Has to calm down, Poppy. Calm down. Meanwhile, Rhizer has had enough. He's taking to the skies. He's going for a Stargate, I imagine, to go into Sky Toss. Ay, ay, ay. And FoxeR's doing really well for himself. He's already up to 89 SCVs. He's working on a 5th base, working on a 6th CC. We have a Widowmine set up for Zealot run-bys. Sensor towers as well. He's doing really well, just solidifying and fortifying his position here. Meanwhile, Rhizer is going to try and go for a little bit of a run-by. War Prism head towards the main base where there's just a massive ring of towers. And there is that fleet beacon. So again, Rhizer wants to get into Skytools. He wants to get into carriers. But he needs time right now. He needs time. Will he get it? I mean, again, he has a lot of storms available. Depending on the EMPs, if they do not connect, Rhizer can zone away the army. Ooh, one EMP does connect on 3 of those High Templar. We still have, I think, 3 storms available. 2.5. Oh god. Oh no, the EMPs connect! There aren't going to be any storms at all. Every single High Templar is forced to morph into an Archon. Oof. The Vikings also able to chip away, take down one of the Colossi. Oh no, I just realized something. Rhizer never restarted Extended Thermal Lance. We don't have it. Yeah, because these Colossi are that much weaker. To be fair, Colossi aren't the most important unit right now, in a sense. We are taking up towards Carrier, but it's the Colossus that are keeping Rhizer alive right now. It's what's really keeping FoxeR at bay. I keep wanting to say Rocker. I apologize. It's like they're not even the same race. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rocker, if you're listening. I'm sorry, FoxeR, as well, when you watch the VOD. Look, it's early, okay? Meanwhile, there are just so many Vikings here. The Colossi are going to go down one after the other. Goes for the EMPs. The Archons are stuck behind the Stalkers. The first Nova going off, but it doesn't find the connection it needs. It looks like there's just enough on the ground to force FoxeR all the way back. But again, a decent trade, just resetting the Colossus counts, shaving away a lot of the army. What's important though is as we're getting into carriers, FoxeR hasn't seen this. He didn't see the carriers as they were coming out, and I don't believe he's been able to get a scan off in the main. No, he hasn't. So he doesn't know that we're transitioning. We do have Liberators on the way, and Liberators can do surprisingly well against carriers and interceptors, don't get me wrong. But we have a lot of Marauders here, not so many Marines. Like, FoxeR doesn't have the best army for Skytoss. To be fair, we don't have a lot of Skytoss, only 2 carriers, but FoxeR needs to get eyes on this sooner rather than later. There we go. We have the double scan. He sees the carriers. 3 starports are thrown down. Oh my god. The starport production is going to be insane. He wants to go into Vikings. He wants to go into Libs. Oh, the mass marauder stepping on forward. No, the cyber core. Not again, Puppy. The cyber core goes down for the 2nd time. Ay, ay, ay. EMPs once again blanket the army. I do think that FoxeR can win the fight on the ground, as we do have a Nova going off, but do we have enough anti-air? That's the question. The Archons all get evaporated. The Immortals go down. A single Disruptor survives. Here come the Ghosts. Here come the EMPs. But there's not enough anti-air. The carriers force this all back. Oof. And Rhizer, he's got some momentum. As both players are fighting for the gold base. They both want it. They're both going to start mining from it. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, FoxeR needs more time for his Viking production. 4 Vikings are being produced at a time. 12 Marines as well. Completely switching into a mass anti-air army. But we need more than this. We need Winter Mines. We need Ghosts. We need EMP. Oof. Again, FoxeR just wasn't quite ready for this. The Chargers are going to do a surprising amount of damage to these Marines. Getting on top of everything. And Rhizer, with this tech switch, he's able to just break on through. The army is just not ideal for the Terran. God, we even have so many Archons behind it. Like even just Archon charge though is enough to break through. Jesus Christ. As the 3rd is going to fall, and there's just nothing to stop Rhizer from breaking into natural. We do have a decent EMP on these Archons, my god. We couldn't have hoped for anything better than that. But this army is so overstimmed, and there's no anchor point, there are no tanks, there are no Winter Mines. It's only a handful of Ghosts. Yeah, and Rhizer just waltzes his way into the main base. Nothing to stop him, Puppy. 47 SCVs go down. You love to see... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, like, SCVs and probes working alongside each other. 1 DT is going to make short work of all those mules. As Rhizer takes control of the main base. Shout out to FoxeR for how he was able to perform this game. Don't get me wrong, it was insane. The EMPs were crazy, but it wasn't good enough to take down the carriers. GG gets called, and Rhizer will take game number 1. Oh. GG. Oh. I just realized Laser was asking, yo, can I add money to the pots? Oh, I see. We are just we are merely casters here. We have no control over we have no control over the payouts towards the players. Aye. Just letting you know, just being transparent about that, buddy. But GG, well played. Rhizer will take the first game, but as a reminder, this is going to be a best of 5, so still plenty more games ahead of us. See Asher in the chat. Light, how are you alive? Asher, come save me. Ah. To be fair, I'm pretty sure Asher's at work right now. Oh, God. As we're getting ready for game number 2. Yeah. I see Asher in the chat. I have work, papi. It's all good. It's all good. I'll be casting with Asher later on tonight in World Team League, so we will be casting together then. But for now, we are continuing our run here. As again, just to wind it back a little bit, I was very impressed with Rocker's. Sorry, I keep saying Rocker. With FoxeR, FoxeR's play. It's just a hard name for me to say. I don't know. I have like a little bit of like sinuses going on right now as well. I'm a little bit sick. But yeah, I was really impressed with how he started off the game, going with the Hellion drop that actually dealt a decent amount of damage. Following that up with that push, we got to see how insane his EMPs were, connecting not just with the army but also with the High Templar, completely shutting down any kind of storm play. Very, very impressive there. Unfortunately, his army wasn't quite ready to deal with carriers, as we saw. He was kind of like panic switching. He was kind of panic switching into like mass Viking Marine, and he just wasn't really ready to deal with like with a carrier army like that. Oof, GG. Outside of that though, like his macro was insane, his bases, his economy. Oof. GG. Just needs to get better eyes on the transitions and the army teching of the Protoss. Boy. But we'll see how this series ends, how it continues, as we get into game number 2. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the American Protoss player himself representing Team Gosu, currently up 1-0 in this series. It is Rhizer. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the American Terran representing himself, and also Mixu apparently. I should ask him about that. It is FoxeR. Aye. For those who don't know, Mixu is the name of a Finnish Zerg player, an amazing Zerg player, might I add. He's lovely, he's beautiful. He's also one of the alumni of the Sea Duckling Open. We were able to cast him back in the day when he was Diamond, now GM. So I wonder, is this intentional? Is this like an homage to Mixu? Is FoxeR like a subscriber to Mixu or something on Twitch? I don't know. So yeah, if anyone knows, let me know. What is the story behind this? So we should be seeing another gate expand from Rhizer. He goes for a bit of a probe scout just to make sure he's aware of everything going on, confirming that the Rax is indeed back at home, no weird proxies or anything like that. And FoxeR was unable to wall off and deny any kind of scout, so yeah, you know, Rhizer feeling pretty comfortable about himself. Oh god. Meanwhile, good morning. Shout out to the Terrans who have woken up in the chat. The Terran enjoyers. Jadolf, Vindicta, and Asher. It's always a scary thing when they combine in the chat because it just turns into the most disgusting Terran echo chamber possible. But good morning nonetheless. Welcome. Especially because this Terran here, he needs your help. He needs all the help he can get right now. And I say that he's only down 0-1. Still best of 5. Still plenty of games ahead of us. As he opens up a little bit different here, we did take note that last game he did go for a Rax expand. This time he did prioritize his gases, going for a factory before a CC. So going to be a little bit more aggressive. It does up to go for the Reaper first as well. He only just dipped in though, does get pushed away by that Stalker. And I feel like this is kind of a scary thing. Like FoxeR is going to be a little bit in the dark when it comes to the opener. To be fair, Rhizer is doing a great job at patrolling these Reaper cliffs and making sure there is no way in. But because of this, FoxeR is unaware about whether or not this is a Twilight Council, a Stargate, or even a Robo. Bearing in mind that last game, it was a Robo first from Rhizer, which was crazy. It's something that we don't see too often in comparison to the other tech openers. So yeah, I was honestly pretty surprised by that, and FoxeR himself is just going to be chilling at home, waiting, looking to dive into the natural. As I sneeze. But here we go, FoxeR now moving out with his Reapers and his Hellions, looking to knock out and knock away these Stalkers and dive into the mineral line. Oh. But so far, the wall is solid. FoxeR doesn't find a way in, not yet. As he doubles down on the aggression and throws down 2 more Maxes. Interesting. So going to be delaying his starport, not going for any kind of drops or any kind of safe like Raven opener against any DTs or anything like that. Much more aggressive. And with the army being moved out of position, FoxeR is going to find his way into the main base and will finally get a full scout on. Confirms the Twilight Council. He sees it researching as well, so the likelihood of this being DTs is pretty low. Ooh. Even has eyes on the 3rd as it gets thrown down. We're going to be seeing a pretty strong tank stim timing here from FoxeR. We already have that 2nd tank on the way. Stim is on the horizon as well. And I guess something that will come into play is the fact that FoxeR has been able to keep his units alive. Looking at the units lost tab, despite the fact that he was trying to like bull rush into the natural and just dive on in, he has been able to keep every single one of his units alive. Very impressive. I don't know if it'll be the most significant thing when it comes to the bio push later on. As as I say that, he will lose a handful of these units. But you know, it will help. It will make sure. It will ensure that Rhizer stays at home. And here we go. FoxeR is moving out. The Observer does spot this, and great moves here by Rhizer. Going to be able to slow this down. Forces a siege in the middle of the map, taking down another one of these Hellions. Do have the slow leapfrog here for FoxeR. I mean, Stim is still on the horizon, so it's okay. Like, it's not like he's missing his timing, but he's bleeding out a lot of these Marines. Ooh, keen eye there by FoxeR. He's able to scan and take down that Observer. The rest of the tanks are on the way. The boys are being pulled. Let's go. FoxeR doesn't give a damn about your 3rd base. He wants to break the natural. What do we have in the natural, by the way? We have 1 shield battery, a 2nd shield battery on the way. Immortal on the way as well. Ooh. As Rhizer is barely able to target down one of those tanks. Only 2 tanks remaining. The repairs were not fast enough. FoxeR, can he break in? He goes for the scan. He already does activate the Immortal Shield Battery, and it looks like the overcharge is not enough to keep the Immortal alive. Tanks start stepping forward. They're going to be able to siege up here. Shield Battery goes down. And this Immortal is never going to come out. The pylon ends up falling. Depowers the Robo. Charge only just now starts. So Rhizer only has Blink Stalkers to defend. He's going to try and warp in from the left-hand side, but this does get spotted immediately. Oh god, the probes are going to be pulled here through the choke point. Not like this. The tanks target firing every single one of these Stalkers. There's only 3 Stalkers remaining. Is it going to barely be enough? GG gets called. FoxeR, with his 2 base timing, is able to break through and tie up the series 1-1. Oh my god. Like, I have to commend Rhizer for slowing, like, man, he did slow down that push. He forced so many sieges in the middle of the map. He was able to pick off so many of those Marines as well. It's just such a shame that he didn't have charge. He didn't have the gateway count to really force any kind of, I don't know, surround or flank from that 3rd base, from that left-hand side. Oh, God. And, yeah, GG, well played. That was just really impressively done by FoxeR. Tying it up. Oh. Hello, I'm here with... Oh, God, shaking my head. Look, I was talking about the Terran Echo Chamber, okay? That's why I didn't mention Babylings in the chat. God damn it. But yes, good morning as well, Babylings. Good morning. God damn. Why didn't it work? Hold on. I'll Funada Vindicta for you. There you go. Beautiful. Oh god. Thank you, puppy. Thank you. God, I didn't sleep well tonight because I'm actually sick. I'm getting sick, Poppy. No. But we're tied up. We're going into game number 3, and it's going to be on Waterfall. Oh my. The smallest map in the map pool. There we go. And we'll see where this takes us. I doubt we're going to be seeing another 2-base play from FoxeR. This is a good map for it, don't get me wrong, but I feel like doing it 2 games in a row may be not the wisest of choices. As we're loading on in, you can hear the beeps. Game number 3. Who is going to take a lead in this series? As we're still tied up 1-1. And loading in. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Waterfall, we have the American Protoss player representing Team Gosu, I believe. It is Rhizer. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Waterfall, we have the American Terran player himself. He is green. He is FoxeR. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. Both players taking a couple of wins here, taking some hits in this series. You love to see it. I wouldn't want to see like a one-sided series by any means. So it's great to see that they can compete against each other, especially because I feel like Rhizer has been a little bit more in the limelight when it comes to competing in these online tournaments and things like DreamHack. I believe he was one of the players that did go to the DreamHack. He was playing in Nation Wars for India as well, as his parents are from the land of India. Oh my god. And yeah, I do think that Rhizer is a bit of a more known player. FoxeR has been like, I don't know, he's been around for a long time as well, but again, like, he isn't on a team at the moment. He's more of a ladder hero, I feel. He only comes out for these dream hacks and not much else. So that's why I'm pretty impressed with his performance so far, with the fact that he's been able to make it to a qualifying match, with the fact that he's been able to take a game off of Rhizer as well. Like, his macro has been looking pretty solid. I wish we got to see more of FoxeR, and I hope we do in the coming DreamHack season. But again, we do have a 2-gate expand here from Rhizer. Something you don't see too often, but I guess because it's Waterfall, it does make a little bit more sense. He can pump out 2 units at a time and go across the map. Thankfully for FoxeR, he doesn't have a CC building on the low ground. He did go for a Rax into factory, so he won't have his CC being delayed anytime soon, unless he does decide to make it on the low ground, which he will. Yeah, oh boy. And these Swordaps, their goal here is to go across the map and get a kill on this building SCB. Oh boy. Oh, we don't just have 2 adepts, papi. We have 4. We could even have 6. Uh-oh. As Rhizer is rushing across the map. Meanwhile, FoxeR is looking for proxies right now. I don't blame him. FoxeR just took a game, and he's like, yo, Rhizer, the likelihood of him being aggressive right now is pretty high. So he checks the triangular third. He checks the linear third. He's going in towards the fourth. He's looking everywhere for a proxy. And he's right to assume aggression, but the wrong kind of aggression. As the adepts rock up, and they're going to be able to delay the CC for oh so long. More adepts are on the way as well. These Helis and Reapers are going to have a hard time cleaning this up, especially with the reinforcing adepts. As you know what, the adept production, it just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop, baby. Ah. Ugh. Brutal. Are we going to commit? No, we're not even going to commit to the chain. We don't even need to because we're waiting for our 4th adept to rock up. Here we go. We have 4 adepts in total against 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions. And I feel like the Protoss wins this out. It will. Oh my god. And again, he doesn't even have to commit into the main. He's just here to delay this natural. And this is a massive delay, by the way. Ay, ay, ay. We do have a Widowmine coming out, continued Reaper production, and I do think that at this point there may just be enough to break on through. Yeah, it is able to target down 1 of those adepts. 2 of the adepts. And finally, FoxeR can make his goddamn natural. Or can he? Did I speak too soon? Uh-oh. Ah no, the Inepts rock up once again, and this SCV is just never gonna finish the CC. Finally, this gets cleaned up, but how much did it take here? 4 workers went down, 2 Reapers, a Hellion, and again, FoxeR he's just been stuck on one base this entire time. And behind this, Rhizer's transitioning. We got Blink on the way, we got our 3rd Nexus as well, Robo. A great start here for Rhizer as long as he doesn't lose too many probes. FoxeR is going for a counterattack. Reapers sneaking into the main base. SimCity is good enough though where the Reapers have to come in from the left hand side. They're going to be able to trap themselves if the Stalkers come in. Oh, I believe there's no way out for these Reapers, so yeah, they have to commit. They do get 4 probes of their own though. Not bad. Able to trade when it comes to worker damage. Not when it comes to the delayed base, but trade nonetheless. And at least FoxeR is able to scout and confirm, okay, we do have Blink on the way, we don't have a Dark Shrine, we don't have anything crazy going on. Unless it's proxied. Now Rhizer's moving out across the map. This is a scary moment. Blink is about to finish up. Do we have high ground vision? We soon will with his Observer, so Rhizer could always blink into the main. His Stalkers do get revealed. We do have 1 tank on the low ground. Oh! Gets a shot off on those Stalkers. The main is looking a little bit vulnerable, and it looks like FoxeR recognizes that, so he will be here looking for that Observer. Rhizer has to be careful not to go too far in. Oh! Oh my god! FoxeR, please! Almost throws away his Raven. And after all said and done, FoxeR, he survives on 2 bases, but he's also being contained to these 2 bases. Rhizer is free to expand, to probe up, tech up as well. Blink is done, charge on the way. Templar Archives to get into Archons, to get into Storm. And it's just, it's hard to see just how far behind FoxeR is from that opener. Specifically when it comes to the worker count, when it comes to his economy. Because of the opener, I wouldn't fault him for even pulling the boys and trying to go all in on 2 bases. Turtling sure is an option, but I don't know if it's the wisest choice on this map, considering how far behind he is. We'll see as he leapfrogs forward here. Stim on the way. Very reminiscent of last game. Slowly leapfrogging. Being very careful with his Raven. And what do we have at home to defend? Storm? Not done yet. There's a window. There's a pretty, I don't want to say a big window, but a window nonetheless available to FoxeR, where he has double the army supply. He sees the High Templar, but again, Storm isn't done. FoxeR doesn't know that, to be fair, so he has to be like, he's being cautious. Oh my god, he's trying to dive on top of the War Prism. Does end up getting the disable. The Prism will survive. Meanwhile, the tank, very exposed, is going to go down, but you know what? It doesn't matter because FoxeR gets into the mineral line. Storm is done. Ooh. Oh my god, but you know what? The splits were good enough. The Robo even gets targeted down. It almost got targeted down. Still will, maybe. Happy? Up. He does get the Robo alongside 13 probes and a couple of High Templar. Again, very nice moves by FoxeR. Able to almost even things up as he cancels the 3rd. Ooh. A little bit afraid of a counterattack, goes for the 3rd in the main base instead. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, not a bad counterattack. It's still behind when it comes to workers. It's still behind in bases. But, you know, nice moves nonetheless. It's kind of the first step in when it comes to coming back. Even able to catch some Stalkers here. Oh my god, where are the blinks? Where are the blinks, Poppy? 2 Stalkers go down. We see a scan. FoxeR confirming the 3rd base. Just unaware of the fourth. And now we're going for some drops. We actually don't really have a lot to defend back at home, to be honest. But like FoxeR knows that he is still like trying to claw his way back in. Like the pressure is still on FoxeR to deal more economic damage. So he's just going for these drops, taking some risks, but not really being punished for it. As Rhizer, I guess because of the damage that he sustained, is still just chilling back at home. Prism looking to sneak into the main base. Nothing quite here in position to defend. You have a Widowmine, I guess. Kind of. Finally, Rhizer is pushing out. Oof. That's a lot of storms popping. Here we go. Zealot warping into the main base. Charge is done, by the way. And FoxeR has to respond. Zealot's already getting 9 probe kills. At the same time, we do have that drop into the main base of FoxeR. Sorry, of Rhizer. Oh my god, the target fire is not too bad whatsoever. Oh, ooh. So drop gets focused down. 9 probe kills. Not bad, not bad. I just really worry about the main push though. Like I just look at all these storms, you know, like as the game progresses, like Rhizer is giving time for FoxeR to make ghosts. Like, he has an answer to the storms. He has an answer to the High Templar. We saw how insane the EMPs of FoxeR were in the first game, where Rhizer was never able to get a single storm off because of it. So there is still a chance here for FoxeR. Always a chance, always. Hello, Rowdy. Shout out to Rowdy in the chat. Do you have a scan again confirming the army, confirming the composition? Hasn't spotted that we are transitioning into doubled Colossus production, unfortunately. Oh, can he get the ghost? Oh, no, he cannot. Meanwhile, FoxeR trying to chase down this prism. And unfortunately, it's one of those things where I kind of favor FoxeR's army against Rhizer's previous army. But now that Colossi are getting into the mix, like, it does complicate things a little bit more. Again, bearing in mind that these Colossi weren't scouted earlier by FoxeR. Here we go, he's pushing his way up into the 4th base. We see a scan, the Colossi have finally been seen. We do have a lot of Marauders. Good, but how do we see a snipe? Where are the EMPs, Papi? Ah! Zoning Storm forcing FoxeR back. Thankfully for FoxeR, there are no shield batter here for overcharge. But it may be too much anyway. Rhizer powering his way through. Every single Widowmine goes down, bar one. And FoxeR just wasn't ready to deal with Colossi. He wasn't ready for it. Now Viking production has commenced, since he's got eyes on it, but isn't ready. Rhizer throwing away a couple of his zealots. Going on the offensive. He does have 5 High Templar, all chock full of energy. Oh god, how good are the EMPs? Not bad. Oh my god, he gets every High Templar except for 1, but the rest of the High Templar are actually in the prism. I safe from those EMPs. There are the storms that we were waiting for. With the power of the storm, with the power of the Colossi, there's just too much Protoss here. The prism survives, warping in here in the face of FoxeR. Gotta love the F2A move. The Observer's coming into play as well. It's beautiful, Papi. It's beautiful. And GG gets called. Rhizer able to take a lead in this series 2-1. Oof. GG. After a really rough start for FoxeR, like being stuck on one base for minutes on end. Yeah, it was a rough opener there, where Rhizer did open up with 6 adepts, 1 across the map, and again the only goal for his adepts were to just keep killing those SCVs, keep delaying that natural base for as long as possible, and it just put FoxeR pretty far behind economically. He was working his heart out to try and come back. And props to FoxeR, right? Like, especially when it came to that first push. It just wasn't enough in the end. Wasn't enough. No. And now, Rhizer is one game away from qualifying for DreamHack North America. Uno mas, papi, uno mas. Let's go. Meanwhile, quickly refreshing that brackets. Do we have any other updates here? Ooh, it looks like we do. Reaper has taken down Rob 3-1. Wow, and Reaper is also going to be qualifying for DreamHack North America. There are only 2 series left, the one that we are covering, and also Ruichi versus Kozan. Which I believe is being covered by some of the other casters. Quickly peeking in, yes, it looks like Steadfast is covering Ruichi versus Kozan, and so is Renegade X and Horus. So we've got our own series to ourselves. The other 3 casters are on Kozan versus Ruichi. So this will be our final series. After this, we'll give someone a raid. We'll give our love to someone else. But yeah, we'll see how this all ends. As a reminder, exclamation mark be in the chat if you want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. If you are curious about some missing players or some of your favorites who are knocked out, don't worry, there is going to be a second qualifier for North America in 2 days. We're going to alternate. So today's North America qualifier number 1, tomorrow is Latin America qualifier number 1, and the day after that is North America qualifier number 2. So every single day we have some StarCraft. We're just alternating between the regions just to spread some things out and give these players some room to prepare and to rest. Not the casters, just the players. The players can rest. So yes, 2 days, 2 days. Of course, Dolan will be returning. Nina will be returning. TLO as well. Rocker. Ooh. Some of these other North American players. And yeah, I may as well just quickly peek in and see who is waiting in the next round. Who is invited to the closed qualifiers? It looks like it is going to be, ooh, Asuna, M. Canning, Binsky, Epic. Actually, is this correct? Shout out to Kuro if it is. Let's quickly switch some scenes here. Oh, this is not the correct scene. Never mind. This is for I am Kanamitsu. Let's ignore that. I'll fix the scenes for the next broadcast. I'll fix it later. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh. Look, we've been busy, okay? We've been really busy, and some of the graphics may not be complete yet. They may not be complete. We are now loading on in. Our next game, potentially the final game of the series. Oh boy. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Moondance, we have the American Protoss player himself representing Team Gosu. It is Rhizer. 1 game away from qualifying for DreamHack NA for the closed qualifier. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Moondance, we have the American Terran representing himself and also old mate Mixu. It is FoxeR. Actually, can I fix that scene on the fly? I'll do my best. Oh god. Yeah, everything is still set up for Valencia, unfortunately. NA overview. Beautiful, beautiful. I'll switch over to that scene later on. But for the time being, do have some, I say relatively standard openers, but for the first time, FoxeR is going for his Rax and completely walling off here, keeping Rhizer in the dark. Now, is this just going to be for some mining games? Because only a single gas has been taken. A CC can be thrown down on the high ground. What I will say is that with a CC on the high ground, FoxeR will be safe to any kind of early aggressive openers from Rhizer, but he is going for a gate expand. He's not going for these adepts, so he won't be able to punish the natural base. Oh my god! Of FoxeR. as he is able to get a kill on that SCV. Oh, that's like 99% done. Ay, ay, ay. Not the biggest of deals, but just a little bit annoying there. Rhizer getting a little bit of value early on at the start of the game. Meanwhile, FoxeR goes for a Marine first as well, and there is that CC on the high ground. So again, FoxeR a little bit scarred from game number 3, where his CC, it was just never going to finish. It is safe and sound here in the main. But Rhizer has a very cheeky probe. Okay. I'll say, is he going to throw down a proxy pylon? Nah, he's just chilling here with this probe, looking to dive back in. And it looks like the probe will be able to bypass this Marine, get up, and scout the reactor on this Rax. Oh my god! Gumiho? Is this you? What is happening right now? FoxeR! He doesn't just go for a Rax expand. He's going for 2 CCs. Oh my god. I was always going to believe he was going to throw down a 3rd. Or 4th even. 3 CC before factory. He's crazy. A very greedy opener here from FoxeR. He's only going to have Marines to defend. I love it. He has a couple of Marines here on the left-hand side, so if an Adept rocks up, he can come in from behind and try and encroach and capture said Adept from both angles. Get us around. But, yeah, this is not what I was expecting. Oh my god, he goes 3 CC into a 2nd Rax as well. So, again, going to be very passive, all things considered. There's not going to be any medevacs anytime soon to go for any kind of drops. There we go, the CC is being taken. Okay. Meanwhile, back at home, Rhizer, he's already got Blink on the way. He's going for his Robo as well. We'll keep an eye on the gateway count to see if he wants to be aggressive on 4 gates with his Blink Stalkers. Defensively, FoxeR should be fine because he's going to have tanks and Marines. Again, what he's going to lack is any kind of presence on the map without any medevacs, but to defend against Blink Stalkers, you don't need them. Oh my god! As the Adept somehow slips into the main base. The Shade confirms that there's a 3rd CC already done in the main. Checking the vision, did you see the production as well? Didn't see how many Raxes or how many Starports, but the fact that the orbital is done is already a tell, and immediately Rhizer, he just throws out his 3rd. Jesus. Meanwhile, you see Rhizer trying to go for a bit of another scout. This time, FoxeR is fast enough to get his depot up and running. Up, basically. And he's doing a great job at defending. He's going to have a 2nd tank here into the main base. Already anticipating a blink into the main, he rotates all of his Marines over. He doesn't have stim. These are vanilla Marines, so they're not going to have the best fighting chance. But again, he is just splitting up to make sure that Blink Stalkers don't get out of hand. And the Observer will confirm this. The Observer confirms, okay, we have all your Marines, we have your tanks, we have your production. Stim just now starts. We have a scan. Ooh, Observer gets taken out. Nice pick off there by FoxeR. And how do we respond to this as a Protoss? Wait, we just take a 4th? we just take another base. Jesus. This game, both players just rushing to see how many bases they can get up and running. We see the Adept coming to the Shade, just confirming that the 3rd has already been taken here for FoxeR. Going to be able to get an Adept, sorry, an SCV. And here is that gate explosion. Rhizer not going for a bay, going for 6 more gates, has his Temple Archives for Storm once again. Rhizer has been playing a lot with this. Taking his 4th. And going for this swarmed hostile. And here we go. Rhizer doesn't really intend to be too aggressive here. I mean, he does have a prism, don't get me wrong. But right now, his stalkers are doing a great job of just, you know, containing his opponent, making sure there's no drops coming out across the map. Speaking of drops, we do have the first 2 medevacs coming out for FoxeR. Finally, he can be a little bit more aggressive, go for some Widowmine drops or even some Marines. But can he get past the ring, the blockade of Rhizer? Because again, we got stalkers completely surrounding him. Well, the army is now starting to push out though. Oh my god. Quite a lot of Marines here. Stim already done. Has Rhizer been too greedy? FoxeR with the 20 supply lead. Oh, but he's forced to turn around. The Zealots doing a great job here at just keeping FoxeR back at home. Oh, what am I shots go off and take down the prism? So honestly, I feel like this is pretty well worth it here for FoxeR. He even blocks off those Zealots. Keeps them at the natural. And again, without the prism, he doesn't have to worry about any kind of backstab. Now he can be as aggressive as he wants to. He's already getting his 4th CC on location. Pretty greedy, to be honest, but after taking down that prism, he's going to be feeling pretty confident. Pushing up this ramp is going to be a nightmare. Why? Maybe we got Storm. Oh god, the army has been spotted. The High Templar edging on close to the first tank is going to go down. Zoning Storms connecting with the Bio, but the Bulk was able to avoid that. FoxeR headed towards a 3rd base location. Spots no base. Looking at the vision, FoxeR hasn't seen where the 4th has been taken. Has to rotate back over. And Rhizer's doing a great job at keeping up. With that scan, FoxeR is able to confirm that. Doesn't want to push into those High Templar. As both armies just dance with each other, getting their economies up and running, getting their forts up. And FoxeR goes for a massive Doom drop. 3 full medevacs. What do we have in the main base to defend? We have 2 Stalkers. 2 Stalkers, a shield battery, and a cannon. Not too sure why this is here, but this will actually help. Actually come into play. Oof. This FoxeR is forced to back up. And upon seeing all those High Templar, we should be seeing a Ghost Academy. Actually, no. Oh, yeah, there we go. Ghost Academy is already done. We should be seeing some Ghost production soon. What's scary is that, I mean, because we did have a Templar Archives follow-up, like we already have all the High Templar we need, we are going straight into Colossi. Diversifying our splash damage. Oh, FoxeR, are you looking? Are you looking? He's not looking! Oh. Ends up losing a medevac and a decent amount of his bio army as well. At the same time, though, FoxeR is looking to go for a massive counterattack. Again, Moondance has the shortest rush distance. Goes across the map. Colossi looking quite exposed. No shield battery. Oh my god. Colossi barely able to survive as we get a muddy storm here on top of all the Widow Mines. That was a really bold move by FoxeR, by the way, to just run straight through the middle of the map to try and just get into the natural. Bit of a Hail Mary play there. And unfortunately, it just didn't pay off. He didn't get anything. Almost got a Colossus, to be fair. If he did get the Colossi, it may have been worth it, but as it stands, it really wasn't. Here we go. Rhizer going for his own counterattack. The Widowmine count was basically reset. We only have 1 remaining. We do have some ghosts for those EMPs, but they actually miss. Storm's going down. Don't find any connections. He just zones away the army. Still has 2 storms left. And the natural base is going to be broken. Rhizer. Oh my god, the EMP! Up! The snipes even! Oof. Here we go, 1 storm left. That's the last storm, but you know what? Rhizer has already made his way into the natural. He still has his 2 Colossi. Recognizing he doesn't have any storm left, he doesn't want to overextend. He doesn't want to get surrounded. Warping another wave of Zealots. Ooh, and he's going to be looking to commit into that natural. He's gonna be so careful here. He doesn't want to get. He doesn't want the army at the 4th base to come in from the side, from behind even. Here we go. The boys are being pulled. A bit of a desperation move here by FoxeR. There are only 2 Colossi, and with the blink backwards, the Colossi are exposed. Oh, the Prism Mic is gonna be good enough to save one of them, and is that gonna be barely enough? It looks like it will not. FoxeR will hold on, but at the cost of 24 SCVs. Oof. I'm a little bit worried for Rhizer, by the way. Especially if FoxeR commits to the counterattack. Rhizer, he's crazy. He's working on a Fleet Beacon right now. He's trying to get into Sky Toss. Now is not the time. We need an army, Papi. Ugh. We had 8 High Templar, all forced to morph into Archons. Again, right now, there's almost nothing to protect these Colossi, but FoxeR doesn't know. He backs off. Oh, God. That was the moment. Rhizer going to be able to get away with this. Disruptors are coming out. 5th base on the way. Fleet Beacon finishes. So does the Stargate. Now we have the Storm to confirm the army. After all said and done, Rhizer isn't too far ahead when it comes to his economy, when it comes to his worker count. So FoxeR's in an okay position. I say okay. He's got a lot of Marauders. Oh my god. It's crazy. If he can avoid the Purification Novas, like, this army's quite formidable. I'm a little bit concerned that we're going to end up in a similar scenario to Game 2, where Fox is going to rock up with like a mass Marauder army, annihilate the ground toss, and then die to the carriers. Carriers are on the way. Thankfully, we do have a lot of Vikings because of the Colossi, so he does have some decent anti-air. It's not bad. Oh, meanwhile, no shield battery, no overcharge. We do have those storms though. Oh god, every one of these Vikings are going to go down, and they don't even get the Colossi. Oof. Yeah, Fox are having a real hard time pushing up this ramp. That was not the fight to take, and now I'm even more scared. Because again, he just threw away every single one of his Vikings. Thankfully, we only have a single Stargate, but there is the second Stargate. There's +1 air attack. I really worry about the lack of anti-air. We need to see a scan into the main base soon. Like now. We do have a second starport on the way, and a fusion core. It looks like FoxeR wants to get into lib production, which will be great against ground toss, don't get me wrong. The second starport can be used to get into even more Viking production. That will help out. Oh, as we see the double scan, and finally the carrier has been revealed. There we go, Marine production. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. Marines, Vikings, 3-3. We don't have any Marines yet, but they're coming. They're coming. The army sims on forward, takes out both shield batteries. Oh my god. Great EMPs on those stalkers as well. He's not able to really commit to any big fight yet, but he's doing a great job of just keeping up with Rhizer. Poking and prodding. Keeping him honest. God. But it's only just dawning on me, how many disruptors we have? We have 7 we're about to have 9 disruptors. 9! That's crazy. And because our army is so bulky, like, I don't see a world where Nova connections, like, Novas don't connect. Meanwhile, the Marauders, they stim on forward. We have the EMP on the Nexus. In a matter of seconds, the base goes down. Honestly, a great run by here by FoxeR. At the same time, we have another army headed towards the triangular third base location. Disruptors are already in waiting, though, zoning away with Novas. Rhizer, honestly doing a good job at splitting up his army. But it did cost him a base. Meanwhile, more carriers on the way. FoxeR does now have a bit of a better army though. Looking at the units, 22 Marines now. They have range on the way. Ship attack, ship weapons. Just scanning, trying to get eyes on where the army is. I was gonna say so we can avoid the army, but no, he just goes right for it. No, try and distract, gets a decent EMP. At the same time, we do have a drop into the main. I just realized we have double cyber cores for upgrades. Oh god, that's so gross. Ah. Ay, ay, ay. Meanwhile, here we go. Rhizer finally pushing out with his carriers. At the same time, we do have that drop into the main base. Ooh, but DTs will be able to clean this up. And here we go. FoxeR, he has poked the bear a little bit too much. Another drop here on the right-hand side. The economy of Rhizer is going to be going down. Oh my god, the disruptors are caught out of position. And the target fire. Oh, half the disruptors go down, but there were 9 disruptors, mate. It doesn't even matter. We still have 4 left, and that's going to be enough. The carrier stands strong. 16 probes go down, but you know what? Rhizer, his main army is pushing on through. He is all in. He doesn't care about his workers. He doesn't care about his probes. He cares about breaking into the main base of FoxeR. The death ball is here. FoxeR's trying to take this slow. He's trying to regain his army, but he just lost so much supply. And it is going to be a repeat of game 2. Okay, Novas are getting dodged. Decent EMPs. But this is just the main army, and I just don't think he can really deal with this. Ay, ay, ay. Yes, he's getting on top of the production here. The Ghosts are doing what they can, but pushing up a ramp into Skytoss is never something you want to see. We're running out of Interceptors, but we still have plenty of Stalkers. We have a Colossus. Every Ghost goes down. And Rhizer has finally done— no, the pros, the workers. Rhizer has finally done it. He will take game number 4 and qualify for the DreamHack North America Closed Qualifier. Is this the right button? Yeah. GG, well played. Ugh. Yeah, I think FoxeR, again, just tunnel visioning a little bit too much on the anti-ground army. This time he did get earlier eyes on those carriers, so he was able to start getting ready for them, but alas, it was not going to be enough. He was doing a great job at going for all these drops and all this counter damage, all this harassing damage, but it just forced Rhizer to counterattack, and his army was insane. It's absolutely insane. And with that, GG, well played. Congratulations to Rhizer. My condolences to FoxeR. FoxeR, of course, he can always come back in the future. He can come back at a later date in 2 days for qualifier numero 2. So don't worry, that's not the last we've seen of FoxeR. He will have another chance. Oh boy. As will everyone else. As I believe I have fixed the graphic, and as we switch on over to the bracket scene, oh, there it is. We can see the players that have been invited to the next stages. In the main event, we already have Estrella, Disc, Future, Neeb, Pili Pili, Scarlet, Trigger, and Vindicta. So they don't have to worry about any of these qualifiers. They are cool to chill until that main event for DreamHack, for Atlanta. Meanwhile, in the closed qualifiers, we have Asuna, Binsky, BioIce, Epic, Masa, M-Canning, Namshar, and Uko. So if you were wondering, hold on, where's Vindicta? Where's M-Canning? Where's Uko? Where are these guys? Well, they didn't have to play today because they get invited straight into later stages of the qualifier of DreamHack. So they have been able to rest easy and take the day off. Just watch some StarCraft instead. So yeah, it's everyone else who has to fight for those qualifying spots. We can see that 4 players will qualify today, and 4 more players will qualify in qualifier number 2. And it looks like we have all the players confirmed. Oh my god. I need to get rid of these sponsors. There we go. We have confirmation. The players that have made it through today's bracket are going to be, Ruichi, PattyMac, Reaper, and Rhizer. 1 Zerg, 2 Protoss. No, sorry. 1 Zerg and 3 Protoss. Aye. Reaper's the Zerg, and Rhizer, Ruichi, and PattyMac are all the Protoss players. So, yeah, congratulations. It looks like all of the qualifying matches have just ended. So that is all the players that are making it through today. The big names that didn't make it through today are players like Nina, Dolan, Zero, TLO, Rob, and FoxeR, of course, and FoxeR. So they are all the players that will have to come back later to try again. And of course, we're going to be there to cast them. I'll do my best to cover Dolan's run and make sure that he's able to make it through and represent the Ducklings. I wish him the best of luck, and I hope he doesn't take the loss too hard. You know, he has a couple of days to prepare himself, both mentally and physically as well. And of course, we still have more events that we're going to see Dolan in. World Team League is tonight, and Dolan will be a part of that. So yeah, Dolan, I hope you're able to rest up, puppy. Rest up. It's okay. Huh. So yeah, congratulations to all the players that made it through today. And with that, we are done for this morning. Relatively short broadcast. I say that, it's almost 4 hours. I didn't realize how long we've been casting. But that does wrap us up here for the first North American qualifier. We are going to be back tonight. Oh my god. Thank you so much for the raid, Renegade X Studios. Massive shout out to Renegade, because over on Renegade's Twitch channel, they were actually casting PattyMac versus Jon Snow. And personally, I am going to check those VODs. Personally, I want to see PattyMac versus Jon Snow. I'm so jealous that you were able to cast it. I wasn't able to cast it. So I will check that out. Spoilers, PattyMac did qualify, but I want to see how he did it. So thank you so much, Renegade, for casting the qualifier and for providing your beautiful casting to all of the people and to all the players. But yeah, in 8 hours, no, hold on, let me just quickly check here. How long until the next qualifier? This stream will be back online in 9 hours and 30 minutes. In 9 hours and 30 minutes, I'm going to be live with Yakuzaku. We're both going to be casting the DreamHack China qualifier. So we will be there, we will be live. And then just after the Chinese qualifiers, we're going to be casting World Team League as we are playing against Team License to Kill. So players like Maples, Reaper, Nina, Percival, we're going to be going up against them in a best of 7 in the lower bracket of World Team League. We had a really rough day yesterday. In World Team League, we had a hard time against Invictus Gaming. I'm still recovering from it. I know the players are still recovering from it as well. We're still in Code A, but we're in the lower bracket, so we have to beat License to Kill. We have to, and I believe in our boys. License to Kill is a very strong team. Don't get me wrong; they're amazing. They're amazing. They're beautiful. But of course, the Ducklings have to persevere. It's a shame that we have to knock each other out. It is a shame. So best of luck to the License to Kill players. I think some of them are in the chat right now. I saw Maples earlier. So I wish you guys the best of luck. I hope that we have some good games, and I hope it's back and forth. No regrets, mate. Let's go, Papi. Let's go. So yeah, we have a lot of casting coming up. Tomorrow is the Latin American qualifier and also the Taiwan Hong Kong qualifier as well. So plenty of StarCraft on the horizon. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I apologize because I'm not the best solo caster. I know that. Like I work well with someone else alongside me, someone by my side, whether it's Asher or Yaku or Chase or Kuro or whoever, Darking, whoever it is. I know I work best with a co-caster, but no one else is available this early for North America, so I did my best to solo cast, and I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. I hope we all had a good time. I'm getting a little bit sick, so I'm just gonna go back to bed, maybe have some Panadol, maybe have a shower and sort myself out. I have some. I'll have some breakfast too. That'd be nice. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Who is streaming right now? Who can we raid? That is the question. Oh, thank you so much, Constant A Mover, for the 100 bits. Hello, No Clone, mate. You're so late. What happened, Piper? What happened? Excellent disruptor shot. What happened? Oh my god. Rhizer is a Chad gamer. Oh god, I probably misspoke. So Rocker just Rocker just going for the clip. I'll check out the clip after. I'll check out the clip. But yeah, who is live right now? We'll give someone a raid. Oh, I got a lot of options. We got Megs, we got Smile, Romsley's live. Oh, Romsley's live, Percival, Dave Testa. I think it'll make the most sense if we do give a bit of a raid to Dave Testa. So give him some love. He's another English caster. He is currently covering OSC Masters Cup. I think they're at the finals, or they're nearing the end of the tournament, so they're almost done. But give them some love, give them some support. Some European StarCraft going on, some European StarCraft. As I go and I rest up for the rest of the day. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Follow the CranKy Ducklings, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. We're all over the place, so make sure you follow us on the Ducklings wherever you can. You'll be notified when we go live in 9 hours. Until then, adios, ciao, gracias. Huh?